experience and interview for you tonight. Um, this man came to me through a friend of mine, and his name is the Orange Baron, Bandele L. And he wrote this amazing song called Bitcoin Ballin', and he has this orange Tesla, and he is singing and performing at events in Nigeria, and we are just so honored and blessed to have him with us for this special edition as our sponsor. Hello,
Greetings,
Vandele
greetings.
L. How you doing?
All is well. I'm so happy, so thankful to be present with you right now. I really
Well,
am.
thank you. Thank you very much. And I will we're going to take a listen to your song, and then we're going to come back and talk all about what was the impetus. Why did you get into all of this? What is this all about? You know,
Okay, let's do
let's
it.
and we are with the man himself, Andale L. So, Mister, tell us all about your backstory, because you've got the orange work in it. You're a baron. You're a Bitcoin guy, V guy. You're so popular that you're speaking in Nigeria over a 2-day spread from the 24th to and the 25th of March. You're going to be performing and speaking. So tell us, what is it all about?
Well, it's really something that's bigger than myself because I was just someone who actually was had a dream to take my son to Africa, and the state, the city, the country was Ghana, Accra, Ghana. We landed down, and that was in March of 2022, and that was my purpose of going. However, 2 days after we arrived, they had this infamous global shutdown, the COVID, the coronavirus global shutdown. And my first thought when that happened, first thought was that, wow, this is a global reset. That was in my mind. It's like, this is a global reset that's happening. And so my first thought was, okay, I'm here in Africa. They've closed the border. How can I get to my money? How can
Mm,
I actually get to my money? Because this is a situation where all the banks in the world may close. You never know how I know when I'm going to be able to get to my funds. Now I'm at the mercy of a third party holding my funds, holding my retirement and all the things that I had, set up for
right.
myself. And so the first thought was, what can I do about this? And so my first call was to my broker back in Malibu, back in where I live in Malibu. And I was like, okay, I need you to liquidate all of my assets, all that you have. I need you to make those that liquid, that funds available to me right away. And I'm like, okay, they had a limitation there where you can only go to the local ATM machines and actually get your funds. And I was limited to $3,500 a day. So I was actually going to the ATM machine, getting $3,500 a day,
That's
and I was
crazy.
going to the local Bitcoin miners, and I was buying Bitcoin because I knew that Bitcoin was the money of the world,
Very
and
good.
that would be decentralized, unconfiscatable by any government of the world. So it was
Right.
like my focus to go and get as much cash as I
Mm,
could and get to the ATM, get to the Bitcoin miners. And I was just going back and forth every day, every day. So what I'm thinking in my mind, if I'm actually going back and forth to get cash to turn to Bitcoin every day, then all the local people here in Accra, Ghana, who their currencies is more inflated and deflated more than the U.S. dollar. So I knew, like, what can I do to outreach and make sure that these people are aware of what's going on the global scale. And so as an artist, I said, let me just write a song and let me just
love
say
it.
everything that I need to say in the song. And so I sat down and I wrote Bitcoin Balling, and I put the beat on, put the beat on the table. and then I sent the track over, the beat over to the producer, and the producer put the music to the beat, and then sent it back to me. And I just took my pen and paper and I just sat down and I just wrote Bitcoin balling, okay,
Well,
and went to the
amazing.
studio to record
Amazing.
it. Yes, it's like, how can I get the message to the people? And I said, well, we've got to use this song to get the message. And little
Yes.
did I know that it would actually go around the world. People would take that message in Iran and different other parts of the world and buying Bitcoin and being influenced by the song. But yeah, it started on a genuine dream just to take my son to Africa, and ended up to where it became a global mission now to get this
Wow.
message out.
Wow. This is amazing. It's so amazing. Okay, we are going to just pay a couple bills and hear from our sponsors, and we will be right back with Bandele L, the Orange Baron.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. Okay, so for the purposes of streaming, we're still going because you get all the behind the scenes, but
Yes.
officially we've paused because we're going to put in commercials there.
Yes. Sure.
So we can go back into it whenever you're ready.
Okay. So I'm going to now talk with you about some progress that you've seen since your time entering the whole Bitcoin world, progress in Bitcoin, and how you think it can be even more beneficial looking toward the future.
Hmm. Yes.
You ready?
Yes.
All right, 3, 2.
And we are back with the man himself, Bandele L, the
Yes.
Orange Baron. Hello. So I got to ask you, sir. Um, What do you think the progress has been since the time that you entered Bitcoin? Because I know there was a little bit of a slump that occurred, and a lot of people were like, oh my goodness, I'm not earning what everyone said I was going to earn, or it's kind of took a nosedive and it's bouncing back, but not as quickly as I would like. What is the advice that you give to some people, or what is the progress in Bitcoin that we're going to see going forward so that it's not so um, volatile?
Yes. The number one most important secret of it all, which is not a secret, but people don't really get it, is that Bitcoin is designed for long-term holding of wealth. Okay. It's not a day trade, a week trade, a month trade. Bitcoin is a commodity. Bitcoin is the new money of the whole new digital world, which we're seeing in the reset is unfolding right before our eyes. The traditional way of money, the paper money, all of that is being replaced right before our eyes with the new money of the world and the digital world. And in this current world, you have gold as the official money. Then you have the currencies that you use for day-to-day transaction. But as far as like holding your wealth, so when you don't want to work another day in your life, you have all your wealth that's been stored and held and protected, untouched by a decentralized government. Because the more the government print of their local currencies, the less your currency you're holding is worth. And many people, they are not seeing what they work for all of their life as a result of not having option. Bitcoin is that new option.
Okay.
Okay, it's that
Yeah, I
new option.
misunderstood completely. I didn't understand that it was long term until
Yes,
recently someone explained it to me, but I had no idea. I was like, what is going on? Because I have a little
yes.
bit of Bitcoin, a little tiny,
Hey,
tiny
woo.
bit.
That make
So
me happy to even hear that. You know that.
well, it was, yeah, I mean, I have to get better. I want to start receiving, as some forms of payment for
Yes, I'll
different
help you with
projects
all
I
of that.
do. Well,
Hmm.
thank you.
You'll be
Yeah.
all set up. You'll be a walking bank. No worries.
Great. Then we're going to talk off air. And we are going to stay tuned. Stay with me, please. We're going to
Yes,
be right back.
yes. I'm so proud of you already.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, sir. You're so kind.
Mhm.
I am proud of you too, Mr. Orange Tesla. How did you ever get a Tesla in orange?
That was a special custom order. I had to.
Okay.
everything is orange with me. Everything, cars, jeeps, motorcycles, everything.
You know
Yes.
what? Let's talk about that.
You ready? You ready to come back?
Yes.
And 3, 2, 1.
And we are back again with the man himself, Bandele L, the Orange Baron. And
Yes.
we are talking about, we were just talking off air for you guys about his beautiful orange Tesla. And I was wondering how he got a Tesla in orange. And he told me that it was a custom color and that everything is orange with him. Everything is orange. And so, was orange a favorite color for you as a child? Where does this orange fixation in a positive way come from?
Wow, that's a great question because not at all. It's not connected to a religion or any kind of family influence, anything. It was just this time on my journey. It just came to me, in Los Angeles, just going forward, orange is your vibe, orange is your absolute vibe. And it
The
really
happy
to
color.
Yes, it's a happy color, and also it is. If you look on the chakra, that's that particular part of the chakra where you are a conscious creator. Okay,
Yes.
you create on purpose. You always see, notice in my videos, I always say we create on purpose because that orange vibe, that whole orange vibe on the chakra, is the conscious. It has to do with that creator generate. We generate. We create. We generate on purpose. And so to live a conscious life, even in Malibu, before I was living in Malibu, people was asking me, where do you live? I was letting them know I live in Malibu, okay? Even though I was living over on Crenshaw, over there in Los Angeles, but yet when I would lay down at night on my pillow, I was already creating it, how standing in my bedroom, looking out over the Pacific Coast Highway, over Malibu Beach, over into the Pacific Ocean. That's the only way that I would see and visualize while I was laying on my pillow,
Mm.
living on Crenshaw in Los Angeles, California, which is, where they wear blue. And so for me to walk around in my orange every day, that was like you just
No,
don't
no.
do that.
Yes, we want you to stay with us. So that would not be done. I know what you mean.
So for 2 years, I was just, it's like I wouldn't compromise my orange vibe, and also I wouldn't entertain, like I'm in a certain area or whatever. I didn't let my thoughts go there. So for, oh wow, over 6 years, I believe that I was there in that area, on rocking my orange vibe, everything orange, and it was all love, however, it is a culture here that colors are big. This year was just on my journey. I was just, I'm just living in my trueness, and so it was all good. And when people said, where you live, I was like, I live in Malibu, because I've been dreaming of living in Malibu since I was a small child, from even watching a
Oh,
TV show. The name of the movie is called Malibu. And all I noticed that being from Louisiana, then to see that ocean and seeing the water crash against the rocks, and I'm just like, wow, wherever that place Malibu is in this movie, that's where I'm living. I'm moving there one day. And so going through, businesses, starting businesses, just, everything I was doing, it was all for the purposes of getting to Malibu. Didn't know
Right.
really how in the details. I just knew that imagination I had as a small child, I was true
conscious
to it.
creation.
Yes, and now I'm living here, standing out my window at night, and I still take time to reminisce. When I was imagining, laying on my pillow while sleeping over there in Crenshaw. Now, sometime I'll stand at my white carpet that I created in my mind, with my shoes off and with the carpet just kind of, it's a shaggy white carpet, and it was just coming up through my toes. I was feeling that feeling even when I was imagining it, and then looking out the window and seeing across the Pack Highway, Malibu Beach, and in the Pacific Ocean. Just anytime I want to stand there and just experience it in real time. My whole
Right.
mission with the orange is for people to just wake up, knowing that we are we are creators. You could be a conscious creator, or you can just live your life on automatic pilot, and usually a lot of that, it comes a lot of negative come from that, because we have a
Right.
lot of baggage, and so it always want to unfold. And we want to analyze, so everything need to make sense. But in my video, I always say we walk by faith and not by sight. We call things that be not as though they already were. So you don't have to wait for the blessing. You get to give the vibe. You get to channel in that vibe as already having it, and watch the magic happen. And that's what the orange is all about, being a conscious creator, because we all are born with this power, this very beautiful magical power that we have. However, we have to not allow all of the downloads from outside influences, affect you when you wake up every day. You get to decide
Right.
consciously what I want to focus on, what's that treasure in my heart that I get that means so much to me, where I cannot stop thinking about it. It's just on my mind. Every breath I inhale and exhale, this very beautiful, amazing thing is on my mind. And that's the magic right there. Just in real time, all of the formless energy of the world, all the formless substance of the world begin to, just like a one of those printers, those 3D printers, it
Yes.
begin to just unfold and unfold and unfold whatever that beautiful thing that you imagine in your mind, that you receive it in your heart. So the orange is about that, like I have what all around the year, it don't matter. I'm rocking orange, and no matter what occasion. If the occasion is not going to allow me to wear orange, then I would not be at that occasion. That's for sure, right?
Well, but Mr. Bandele L,
Yes.
I thank you for letting us rock orange with you tonight. Tell everyone out there how they can find you.
Yes. With Instagram, it's Bandele underscore L, and at Twitter it is L Bandele. Yes.
Okay. And is it Orange Baron? It's Orange Baron on Instagram too. So you can
Yes, it
always look
is.
up look up
Yes. Yes.
Orange Baron.
Yes. Yes.
And do you have a website?
No website. No, actually, I'm not. I'm no. I don't do anything for like commercial profit or thing like that. It's like, I'm as the Orange Baron. I've I'm able to be free, just having the knowledge and the awareness of my position. That
Yeah,
I
I
actually, me
do know.
waking up every day, I actually allow money to be created just by waking up every day. And with that, you have to know how to position yourself, and so that you don't get leveraged. You want to leverage your own commercial energy, and not allow it to be leveraged by having third parties.
Right.
Um, so that's a whole nother seminar.
Conversation. That's another one. We're going to have you back and we'll talk more about that. Mr. Bandele L, thank you so much, the Orange Baron, for being with
Yes,
us here on
yes,
Dr.
yes,
Tranquility Talks,
yes.
Conscious Dating and Relationship Special Edition. So thank you very much.
You're welcome
Blessings
very
to you.
much.
Oh, one more thing. Just a reminder, guys, he's going to be speaking on March 24th and 25th for Bitcoin Nigeria.
Yes. Hmm.
And you'll be able to find out more about that. Visit his YouTube. Oh, yes. And on YouTube, you can find him. He's singing, he's performing his video. We're going to have a link in the description for this show. So you'll be able to tune into his video as well. Sir, thank you so much for being with us. I send you
My
love and
pleasure.
joy.
Thank you. I receive it and right back at you a
Thank you.
thousandfold, my dear, for sure.
Thank you. Take care.
Okay. Blessings to everyone. Thank y'all for having me. Absolutely.
And that was the man himself. He is amazing. Really fascinating, huh? Well, that's it for our show today. And we hope you enjoyed it as we enjoyed you. Stay tuned. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to each other, please, and be well. I'm Dr. Tranquility Lydia.